Eric Muadid, muadid.com. Let's take a look at primary trend lines in this short video. And again, to remind you that primary trend lines tend to be lines that connect to all-time highs. Here we are taking a look at all-time data on a monthly chart. So what we can see on this example is, for example, if we take a look at trend lines that connected to all-time highs in the stock, for example, here on a monthly closing basis, there was a trend line somewhere there. This trend line, once it was broken to the upside, or once the market cleared that resistance, you can see that it led to a nice multi-month move to the upside. There's also another trend line here connecting this high, and let's say connecting this monthly closing high there. You draw a trend line. This happens to be a primary trend line. Again, why? Because it goes back and touches a previous all-time monthly closing high. So that trend line is what we call a primary trend line. And again, you can find more on this concept by going to my YouTube channel and taking a look at this series of videos here discussing the concept of primary trend lines, as you can see here. So search for this playlist and it should be able to give you more information. So back to the example here, what we're talking about is the most recent trend line break was during this movement here. Once the price moved above the trend line, you see this nice explosive move. So breakout or a breakdown through a primary trend line can lead to a massive move. This also is true for bearish situations, and again, I do cover some of this bearish situation on primary trend lines if you go to this series of videos here called primary trend lines. We can see that on the 3-year monthly we can draw a trend line now connecting this current all-time monthly closing high, and we connect this to the most recent monthly closing high. We can draw a trend line here. So this is the only primary trend line in price for now. So of course we know that at some point, if and when the stock moves back above that trend line, we can go along the name, because that would be a breakout above a primary trend line. Otherwise, the idea here is to find ideas or stocks that are set up in such a way that they are breaking out above a primary trend line, because this is when you get a nice reaction to the upside. Eric Muadid, muadid.com. As always, good luck, peace and blessings, and don't forget to check out the primary trend line series on my YouTube channel. I am